Have you heard the news about Diddy?
Diddy? No.
You haven't? Like, it's big news.
Last I heard, he had all that baby oil.
Baby oil in his basement. He's been arrested and charged with sex trafficking and numerous heinous things. Like, the way people talk about this guy, it sounds like he's the worst guy ever. If you gave Joseph Fritzl $1 billion and a basement full of baby oil instead of imprisoned relatives, you've got Diddy. Now, Diddy is so bad that his trial is like kind of about to begin. So they're in the pre-planning stages. And his lawyer just quit. His defense lawyer. His own lawyer. Now, this is pretty unheard of. The lawyer actually has to ask permission from the judge to be dismissed from this case. Because obviously everyone's entitled to legal representation, even people who may have definitely done that shit. Everyone's entitled to legal representation. And it's pretty difficult for a lawyer to quit a case. But here's what he said. Under no circumstances can I continue to effectively serve as counsel for Sean Combs. Consistent with the ABA standards for criminal justice, Rico wrote in documents. So it sounds like he's just read something that Diddy's allegedly done or had one conversation with the guy and he's gone, dude, I can't defend this monster. There's no fucking way I can have this on my conscience. That's either he's definitely going to lose or just morally he just objects to the idea of defending Diddy. And this is hilarious because you know who his previous client is, this lawyer? This is true. Osama bin Laden.
What?
There was some case about 9/11 where that this guy was involved with and he was on the defense side. So this guy has been like, look, the guy that did 9/11, pretty bad guy, but I'll take his money. Diddy, that's a step too far. So Diddy is worse than Osama bin Laden, according to the guy that defended both of them in court. Lawyer Anthony Ricco speaks to the media regarding Diddy's case as he exits Manhattan Federal Court. While I'm aware that the local rule requires that an application for withdrawal of counsel is supported and granted only upon showing by affidavit or otherwise of satisfactory reasons for withdrawal. And he's basically come in and said, I can't say why I need to withdraw because of it violates client attorney privilege, but trust me, I need to get out of this situation. So I don't know what the fuck he read. Or like, I imagine the police just slammed down some videotapes on the desk and were like, we're going to use this. You reckon you want to defend him? And he was like, I think I got to leave. Combs was accused of throwing wild sex parties called freak-offs and charged with racketeering, conspiracy, sex trafficking by force, fraud or coercion, and transportation to engage in prostitution so far. More charges pending. And now what Diddy's team is doing is they're actually suing people that are releasing documentaries about it. Because this is like the big hustle. With all these streaming services out there, every time there's a hot news piece, they're scrambling to create the documentary of the season. Luigi Mangioni's already had 35,000 documentaries released about him. As soon as that insurance CEO hit the pavement, there was a documentary coming out. Luigi shot him once, and the first episode of a limited series on HBO dropped before he had even shot him a second time. The CEO hit the pavement, turned around to look at the guy that was killing him, and behind him, a digital billboard switched to coming soon on HBO. The Mangione Story. Yahoo! Sponsored by Nintendo. While Combs prepares his defense, he also recently flipped on the offensive, filing a $100 million defamation lawsuit against NBC Universal and the production company Ample. Who is that? For the alleged lies aired in their Diddy, The Making of a Bad Boy documentary. And here's what their legal team says. It maliciously and baselessly jumps to the conclusion that Mr. Combs is a monster. Guy who defends Osama bin Laden leaves his defense case. I'm not a monster. That's defamation. And an embodiment of Lucifer.
Oh, God.
I've never heard a man described in more evil ways. than Diddy. Epstein is treated nicer. A monster, an embodiment of Lucifer with a lot of similarities to Jeffrey Epstein. But not too many similarities. The differences mainly are that Diddy was worse. It's what everyone seems to be saying. So yeah, that's I would imagine that the lawsuit that Diddy's team is filing, the reason why they're filing it so quick is they have to win it before Diddy's case ends, because he's definitely getting a guilty. We all know that. His own defense lawyer knows that. But if he can finish the defamation case, technically he's an innocent man. If the defamation case finishes before the criminal case, innocent until proven guilty, so he could maybe win. You can't really release a documentary and then get sued for it and then go, can we wait for our trial until the other trial is finished? So maybe, I would imagine, I mean, that's why he's asking for $100 million as well, because that's probably going to be the only way that this guy can afford to pay his massive legal team. I feel like this is what I said when he first got charged, that the lawyers involved with him are just doing it for the bag. So maybe that's what this lawyer's done. He signed up. He's probably been paid an unbelievable amount already. And he's going, all right, that's enough. I'm out. He saw one screenshot too many. And he was like, you know what? I'm sick of scrolling through hard drives of the most heinous footage of Alicia Keys you've ever seen. I don't know if she was there. I'm just assuming. Can you Google that? Fact check me. Was Alicia Keys at Diddy's freak-off parties? Just said a random name that came to mind. But it seems like everybody was there.
Not that I can see, no.
Right. Well, you know, sometimes we like to throw out a little wild card. And we don't always hit the target, but that's okay. Alicia Keys, I would like to apologize. I don't
They're
think
friends though.
Okay, has she ever attended a white party?
Probably.
All right. Well, Alicia
Allegedly.
Keys, you're back on notice. Watch out. This case is going to go on for years. I think it's going to go on for years and years and years. Bad boys for life. I wonder what will happen. I wonder. There must be right now, like, prosecutors and defense attorneys seeing footage of celebrities that is just making them go, fuck, that guy? You know what I would do? Here's how you figure out who's in the freak-off party, right? What you want to do is you need to befriend a prosecutor or a defense attorney, right? Either one, doesn't matter. Now, obviously, they're probably not going to tell you anything about the case. If they're good at their job, which I imagine all of them are, they're not going to share with you any details. But if you want to know who was on those freak-off parties, all you have to do is have a look at their Spotify library. And whatever they've been playing on the way home from the courthouse, that's who they've been watching Diddy fuck on camera. Because I would do that too, you know? Absolutely. I'd be like, oh, Eminem. I love Eminem. I'm going to chuck him on the way home. Like, I would just be that guy. How was work, honey? Who did you see on tape? I don't know, man, but have you heard Lose It? It's pretty good.